Alrighty. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. So before we begin, I have tampered with my audio again. I'm gonna be very particular about where I sit as well, because I can already see I'm peaking right now. So I'm probably gonna edit that, because I've noticed, right? And this is gonna be a very quick tangent. But whenever I mess with my audio settings, for example, I messed with my mic originally by going into my audio control panel settings, and I went to my microphone and I turned it up naturally all the way to 100. Now my gain at this point was still on like 13. If you don't know what gain does, it boosts audio further. That's the best way to explain it. It adds more audio volume to your microphone on top of what you already got, or I guess just audio in general. And then that was too loud because I was constantly peaking. So then I turned the gain down. So basically nothing. I just deleted the gain and just had my microphone at 100 to see if that sufficed. And it was okay. But I was watching some more VODs, and it would seem I was too quiet. Even if I'm talking right now, like I'm peaking a little bit, which means I need to turn myself down even more. Because it's weird, my speaking voice is kind of quiet. So usually when I'm speaking, I'm at like -20. Which, for reference, -20 dB is, how can I describe it? It's just barely in the right zone of where you want to be. But as I'm talking like this right now, I'm kind of going into -10 into -5, which is kind of where you don't want to be. -10 is like the nice point. It's like where your audio should be sat nicely. I swear it's like proper audible, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to say it, but if you're just in that zone, that's the right place to be. But when I say stuff like but, or I don't know, something that's a little bit more punchy, I can see right now I'm kind of going into like the -5 point. I didn't want this to go into like an audio rant or an audio technicality session, because I actually don't know too much about it, which is why I hate doing audio things. But again, I just said but, and I'm peaking again. Every time I talk like a little bit louder, a little bit more energy in my voice, I'm peaking audio, which is not at all what I want to happen. Because that's when it starts sounding bad. That's when it starts sounding tinny. If I check the audio, yeah. See, I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds like there's like a, ooh, how do I describe it? It's like a weird tinny noise that's louder than normal, and it's really, really bad. It's really an awful sound. Don't know how else to describe it. It's just, you can tell in your ear that it doesn't. Even if you're not a sound guy like myself, you can tell that something doesn't sound right. So even right now, as I'm speaking, I'm still kind of messing with my audio because it's kind of hard to test these things on the fly before you're, not doing anything. So I go to my microphone now, and I go to my properties. The level is currently on like 85. If I turn it to the max, yeah, I'm like right there in like -10 to -5. So that way, I can turn down the gain again to like here. Maybe to like here? If I just turn this off completely, yeah, I'm still just way, way, way out of the comfort zone that I want. Sorry if it sounds awful right now. I'm just showing an example of what it could sound like. So turn this down to about 80, I'd say. See, when I'm in 80, that is like the right place for me to be, because I'm at -20. But that's when I'm a little bit too quiet, and this is when it gets hard for me to be heard. And this is where it gets annoying. So I don't know if there's any audio buffs out there who know more about it than me. Let me know. but it's just annoying to be at this point where it's either I'm too quiet and I can't be heard, or I'm too loud and my audio is constantly peaking and I just have no idea what's like the right middle ground. I've tried a lot. Anyway, this should be good. I'm hoping it should be good. I'm hoping I haven't just completely fucked my audio. Anyway, back to grinds. I was genuinely hoping to do some more grinding in my free time. However, just didn't have the time to, if I'm being honest. I fully intended to do some grinding in my free time to speed this along a little bit, because we're not too terribly far away, but we still have to master like 10 more all materia, and we're like 49 million. We're like directly halfway there. So we're back to this room. I put in a title that this is basically a podcast at this point, because I imagine if there was someone watching my stream, they'd probably just have something on in the background, have this on in the background and play a game or something. That's what I would be doing. If someone was just doing this and someone I was watching was just in the same spot over and over and over doing the same thing, I'd probably just put this on in the background. So, you know, if there's anyone that listens to me in the background watching this, you know, I guess this is kind of like a podcast of me yapping to myself about stupid shit whilst I'm doing a mundane task. But if I'm being honest, I actually quite like that sort of thing, which is why I decided to do this, showcase this in the first place, because I do think there's probably somewhere out there that does enjoy this sort of thing, where it's like nothing particularly interesting happening on screen, so don't really have to worry about what's happening, right? They can just, you know, cook or play a game or continue with work and just have me in the background. Because I do that all the time. I'll be like playing a game and I'll be listening to people do this sort of thing. I guess it's just like white noise. So just having a noise in the background, someone talking. I need to check. I probably didn't even equip myself with the all materia, did I? I need to check. We'll find out if I level up like 300 times. Yep, there we go. Okay, we got it equipped. Let me just double check I've got actually... Okay, that's good. That's good. But these are close to being mastered, and the moment these are mastered, I can get a bunch more new ones. So that's fine. Okay. So temperatures have risen again in England, where I'm at. It's currently 30 degrees. I'm not a big fan. We've already had my complaints about hot weather. So I don't need to go into why I don't like the hot weather. But just apparently it's only gonna get higher as well, which isn't fun. I'm not looking forward to that at all. It's gonna be hotter tomorrow, where it's gonna be like upwards of 34, I've heard. Like so hot where there's just been like weather warnings. I don't like that. I don't like when a place is so hot you get a weather warning. You know what I mean? That's not my favorite. I need to quickly check through what I've mastered a cover, haven't I? Yeah, because you've got that right now, haven't you? You got a mastered cover. Yeah, you got a mastered cover. Let's go to here, and we'll get like a master, one of these, a summon. I've been buying a lot of Magic the Gathering Fun Fantasy packs recently. I recently got a pack today, opened it, and I got the double-sided art card for Cecil as a Dark Knight and as a Paladin, and it was a really cool card. And they actually sent me like a little card protector as well. So that was quite nice. It was nice of them to do that. I buy my cards of Magic Madhouse. So, you know, when they send you a little card protector when you get a card that's worth maybe a little bit more than usual. I think the card I got was worth more than the pack itself. So, you know, I guess I got my money back in that sense. But I don't really have any interest in selling my cards. But, you know, it's nice that, you know, they send me a little card holder. Little card protector, I should say. I think I got nearly like a deck full at this point. Because I got the Revival Trance deck. Also, could I quickly do some item duplication? Because I am running alarmingly low. Like, I'm at 38. If we start getting to like a danger zone where I only have like 2 left, that is not the place to be. We don't want that. I didn't even realize I used that much, to be honest with you. There we go. I'm hoping it's you, Dive. Okay, yeah. Bonk. It's been really fun collecting these cards. Because I used to collect cards back in the day. I think I think I had like a binder of Pokemon cards, but I wasn't big into Pokemon cards, surprisingly. I was into like the game. Like, obviously I played Pokemon Emerald back in the day, and I played Pokemon Black and White and stuff like that on my DS. So I played the games of Pokemon, but I never collected the cards for some reason. I guess that just wasn't really my thing. But I did collect these Star Wars cards when I was a little bit younger. Had to be when I was like 11 or 12. They started dropping these Match Attacks Clone Wars cards. And they were really cool for when I was at that age. That was when like Clone Wars was at an all-time hype for me. I was obsessed with Clone Wars. And seeing all my favorite characters. Like, I had multiple Kit Fisto cards, and there were like foils and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god. I still have the deck on me for the most part. I made my own custom binder as well, with my own artwork of Commander Stone, because for some reason I was obsessed with Commander Stone when I was little. Well, he was the coolest clone ever, even though he died in a pretty nasty way and he didn't really do much. He was still pretty cool. I don't know why. Maybe I just liked his color scheme. Anyway, doesn't matter. Okay, MP Absorb, level up again. Didn't I replace that? Oh, that was a different one. I had MP Turbo and MP Absorb. Okay, right. I must have mastered a HP plus and an MP plus. Have I mastered an enemy lore? No. I guess that would be good anyway, because I am looking to grind, so that should be on to begin with. And yeah, those were really the only cards I collected. And back in the day, way back in the day, I used to collect the old classic Match Attacks football cards. Because I mean, if you was a little kid and you was into football, like every kid collected Match Attacks football cards, if you was in the UK. Anyway, yeah, that was the other thing I collected. There was also the stickers. It was either the stickers or the cards. It depended what you got. They sold, in every shop you'd go to, they would sell Match Attacks. Either a book binder for the stickers, or a starter kit for cards. Most of the time I got the stickers, but I did collect the cards as well. And I think I gave them to my nephew or something when I grew a little bit older. Yeah, so I didn't really collect cards that much. I collected like the Clone Wars cards, and I collected the Match Attack football cards. I wasn't into like Yu-Gi-Oh! I wasn't into Pokemon. I like the idea of Magic the Gathering, but I wasn't into it enough to collect them. So, and the thing is, if anyone knows me, like, you'd know I love card games. I play card games all the time in my free time. Well, not all the time in my free time, but I do love, like, Magic, Slay the Spire, card games like that. I think I was playing the Horus Heresy card game. I was playing the Lord of the Rings Adventure card game. I used to like Hearthstone. So I used to play a lot of card games. So I love card games, but I just not really play traditional trading card games in person. So it's just kind of nice to be able to collect Final Fantasy themed ones. I love Final Fantasy and I love cards. And I like appreciating the artwork, the beautiful artwork that goes into these cards and the people behind it. I like seeing the artists credited as well, so I can look into the other work. That's just the sort of thing I love. Have I mastered this HVMP card? Okay, I'm really close to mastering it. Really close to mastering it, and I can get rid of that because poor Sid. I kind of forgot he had the HVMP until I looked at his health and I was like, oh yeah, he can die at like a moment's notice. That's not good. Yeah, I will say, the only trouble with me collecting these cards is that as soon as I get a pack, I want to get another pack. And... oh, there we go. Okay, lovely. I can get rid of that shitty ass material. It's not shit, to be fair. It's useful for if you're trying to do a certain thing. Anyway, get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Anything else I can replace you with, sir? I think I've mastered literally every other material other than that. Then I gotta do my checklist and go with ones I'm missing. Then I gotta go and do all the enemy skill. And that's gonna be hard because certain enemies you have to trigger them to do it. For example, the guy in Junon, the bear. I forgot the name of it. It's the weird big bear, green bear. He does white winds. And I think that only triggers when they're on low health. But obviously if I'm one-hitting them, I can't get them to low health. So it's like... does someone have morph? You have morph, don't you? Oh, you don't? Okay, well in that case... yeah, you can master a morph. Ah, fuck it, you can use... Cure. Why not? Oh, wow. Okay, Cure 3, kinda useless at this point. I might as well use full Cure. All the way down here. How much does that use? Doesn't say how much MP it uses. Oh, 99 MP. Okay. It's not too bad. A little bit pricey, but that's actually not as bad as I thought. Anyway. Maybe one day I'll get into playing Magic the Gathering properly, but... I don't know, to be honest with you. Probably not. I don't have anything against it. I just think... I don't really find... like, realistically, find the time in my day to attend... oh, he mastered Preemptive as well. Lovely. Find the time in my day to be able to go to tournaments or in-game competitions. Unfortunately, because I'm doing this and I'm editing, and then I guess it's like, maybe it's a thing of just like, I can't be arsed after that. You know what I mean? Like, ah, fuck it. I've already done everything I want to today. Do I want to sort out a Magic the Gathering place? Not really. I think it would be nice to go to one day. It'd be nice to go there and see people and learn more about it. Luck Plus. I have a Mastered Luck Plus, right? HP Plus, Magic Plus, MP Plus. Wait, I don't have a Mastered MP Plus? I must do. Magic Plus, MP Plus. I don't have a Mastered MP Plus. No, surely I should. Speed Plus, MP Plus. Yeah, I do, okay. Alright. We're getting dangerously close to just mastering everything. Actually, the last couple things I have left to master is... Time? Counter attack. I believe how many stars for these depending on how many times it does it. So there's 5 stars here, so you get 5 counter attacks, I assume. Because that's how it works with literally everything else in this game. And I guess the last couple things I have is the summons, really. One of the ones that would be the quickest to do first. Yeah, I don't know, I could always install the Magic the Gathering game on my PC, but I don't know if that's the same, really. Because it'd be kind of pointless me collecting all the Final Fantasy cards, and then having to spend all the money again on Final Fantasy cards in the Magic the Gathering game online. The other thing I want to collect is die, honestly. Dice, or die, however you want to say it. I didn't mean die as in, you know what I mean. Because there's some really cool looking dice. Really cool patterns and stuff. And of course I'd have to start with the Final Fantasy Moogle one. Because there was like a cute little... Was it a D12 or something? It wasn't that high, I think it was like a D12. And it had like a little Moogle on it. And I thought that was really cute. So I'm kind of falling down this rabbit hole of wanting to collect things. But right now I'm just sticking to the cards. I'm going to get a binder soon. The binder is on pre-order, so it doesn't come until about mid-July. That's fine. It's a Jumbo Cactuar card from Final Fantasy VIII as a binder. Only 11 quids. It's like barely anything. In comparison to what else I saw. There were some binders that are going for like 200 quids. I'm like, are you having a laugh? For something that just holds the cards, you want me to spend 200 quids on your Bioclads? But anyway. Yeah, binder should be coming mid-July. Excited for that. Jumbo Cactuar as well. From Final Fantasy VIII. You can't go wrong. I feel like I'm going to be a little bit empty when I finish this task. You know what I mean? And what am I going to do after I get the 99 million gil? Obviously I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go do the materia checklist, but you know when you just put yourself to a task for so long, you're just kind of like, wow. I can't believe it. Kind of like when you're nearing the end of a game, to be fair. When you're nearing the end of the game, you're like, wow, I've completed this game I put so much time into. What am I going to do now? That's kind of like me when I completed Judgment in my free time. I put like 125 hours into that to complete near enough all the game that I could in one playthrough. And ironically, it was only 69% completion. Because there were some things I missed that I didn't realize were missable that kind of ruined my ability to 100% it in one playthrough. But anyway, yep, completed Judgment a couple weeks ago. It's like, man, what am I gonna do now? And I already got Lost Judgment, and that's installed on my computer. I could have went straight to Lost Judgment, but I was like, you know what? Nah. I've not gone to it yet. I've not gone to it yet. Which is funny, because a lot of people say Lost Judgment is better than Judgment. And I just haven't got, like, the combat is better, the movement in it is better. Less annoying systems. For example, if you know Judgment, you know the Mortal Wound system, awful. The Keihin gang, awful, annoying. That stuff is really dulled back in Lost Judgment. So it's like, it sounds like the better version of Judgment that all my complaints I had about Judgment is in Lost Judgment. And I'm just not played it yet. Which is really dumb of me, but you know, I'll get around to it eventually. I was playing a lot of Elden Ring Night Rain in my free time, and I completed that. And I've been playing Rematch in my free time. So when you're playing like two big games like that, well, I wouldn't say Rematch is a big game. That's very casual, at least for me. I don't really play ranked that often. I dabbled in ranked, but I just play casual. Listen for podcasts. I kind of do the same for Night Rain as well, actually. Which is funny, because that game does require a little bit more thought process going into it, you know. I mean, I guess in Rematch, you kind of have to think about your positioning and stuff and concentrate on saving if you're in goal. I mean, Elden Ring, Night Rain, you do have to concentrate a bit on bosses and movesets and stuff like that, but no, head empty, listening to podcasts. Still managed to complete the game with it, so, you know. Okay, mate. I wonder why the Master Tombries are blue. Maybe it's to differentiate them sprite-wise, because they were blue in Final Fantasy VI as well, if I remember rightly. And they had like a little crown above their heads, which was really cute. This one I got the staff. I guess in this one you could kind of say that the Master Tombry is blue because of the lantern. The lighting of it looks like it, oh, I thought I was mastering a bunch of times. Okay, oh yeah, that's already mastered, okay. There we go. Range, there we go. You have the one that does master, yeah, magic, and then you don't have the command one, do you? No, because I think Cloud has that. Yeah, master command, master summon. Gives him literally everything. Yeah, I am actually really sorry that the Final Fantasy VII content has just turned into these grind streams. I have been wanting to do some of this in my free time to speed the process along, but I just don't end up doing it. Recently it's just been really hot, so I've not been willing to be locked up in my room grinding for a couple hours. I've just been like up and down, chill in my room for a little bit, watch something, go back downstairs where it's cooler. You know, I don't want to spend hours grinding Final Fantasy 7. Well, yesterday I did binge the entirety of Season 3 of Squid Game. Because it came out on Sunday. Well, it came out on Saturday, I think. And I just had a lot of free time on Sunday, so I binged out the entirety of Season 3. I won't say anything too much on it because it's just come out and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Especially anyone who's watching this back, and then they just suddenly see Squid Game spoilers. In the most unexpected place. You wouldn't expect to have your series spoiled in a fucking grind stream, but you know. Binge that out. Did some editing on top. And again, didn't have no time to do grinding. Master Choco Mog, didn't you? You can kind of lose the cover now, you don't really need it. I mean, it'd be pretty nice for you to have, but you don't need it, really. Give you... Yeah, it's the closest one to level up next. Really, you don't need everyone to have the summon materia. If anything, I'd probably put maybe near Bahamut and Bahamut 0 on Tifa and Sid. But considering Cloud literally has every summon available to him and every command available to him, I don't really see the point in equipping it to anyone else because he can just do it himself. Oh, another All was born. Does that mean I mastered another one already? Really? What did I master? Oh, that one. There you go. This is a good 2-in-1, because I'm on my way to mastering all the materia that I have right now. And then when I do the checklist stuff, I just have to worry about mastering the last 12 that I need. That's pretty good. Very good productivity. Or David Bowie. I don't think that sound effect will ever get old. Such a satisfying sound effect. Oh, I think I did get a character art card of Cloud as well in one of my packs. I think that one's worth like a little bit. Again, like I don't have any intention of selling them, but it's interesting to see how much it would be worth if I did want to, you know, sell them. I was looking at, because there's something called character card surge foils, or character surge foil cards, sorry. And some of them go for a lot. Unfortunately, one of the cards I wanted is I think they do other versions, so you can just get the normal version. So thankfully, I'm not gonna be on like a hunt for like a white whale expensive card. But yeah, some of these cards go for like £600 already, which I know cards are expensive. Like I'm not new to the card market in that sense. Like I am very aware cards go for a lot. But I mean, considering how new this Final Fantasy set is, and there's already cards that are worth like 600, it's crazy how like the card community has its own fucking stock market. Where the moment, like, because Final Fantasy Magic Gathering collab came out 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. It's not even that old, and it's already cards that are worth like 800s. It's ridiculous. Funny enough, Cloud is one of the ones that are worth the most. Would you believe it? Ishtola from Final Fantasy XIV, the character surge card, foil card, is the one that's worth the most currently. Worth like $800, $900 or something like that. Most expensive card so far. I just think it's so interesting. Cards being worth so much, even when like the wave is so early. How does that get valued? You know, how does a card this early get valued? And for example, Pokemon cards, they've been around for about 25, 30 years. They've been around for as long as Pokemon has. In fact, no, I think they've been around longer than that. Maybe 35 years. They've been around since the 1990s. So yeah, maybe about 30, 40, 30, 34 to 32 years around that time. And obviously cards are valued there because there's history behind those cards and why they're worth so much. Like the Charizard card, the infamous Charizard card, that's worth like thousands and upon thousands of pounds. But when a card wave, like a collab project, is so early in its release cycle, where it's literally just come out like 2 weeks ago, how do cards get valued in that sense? That's what I find interesting about it. How do cards that have just come out get valued as expensive when they're still being released? Like, I guess there's no rarity of them because they're still being released, and I guess people are still figuring out what has the highest drop rates and stuff, like what has the highest collection rate, I guess. For example, that Ishtola card. Why is that one worth the most? Is it because straight away, already, within 2 weeks, it's so rare? Who, I guess... Ooh, HP Absorb, lovely. If I have a look, I think I still have the tab open because I was looking at it. Oh, I close it. That's a shame. I think that's specifically a Final Fantasy thing as well, the character surge cards. Yeah, because they're the full art cards. And they're shiny. So this thing is specifically new to Final Fantasy. So I guess obviously Magic the Gathering, you know, Wizards of the Coast, they decided that these cards would be worth a lot. I think it's so interesting that it's worth so much so soon. This person here I'm looking at has got one. Kefka Court Mage, that's one of the cards I want. I think that's going to be one that's expensive. I think literally one of the cards I want the most is this Kefka card that has Yoshitaka Amano original art. And it's looks like it might be worth a pretty penny. So I'm hoping I just get lucky. I get a normal version of it. No crazy foils or anything. I don't care for it. It would be nice to have, but am I going to be spending thousands of pounds trying to get it? No. It's just one of them things where it's just like, I really like the artwork. I love Yoshitaka Amano's art. And this Kefka card is gorgeous, and I would like to have it in my collection, in my binder. Legendary creature. If I Google Kefka, how much is this one worth? Right now, on foil, worth $176. Not as much. Oh no, that's not the right card I was looking at. No, 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 you clicked the wrong one, sir. It opened up the wrong one. This one. Okay, it's changing it as I click it. Unless it's double-sided. It might be double-sided. No, it can't be double-sided. This artwork is so cool, man. Rule of Ruin. Alright, let's see how much this card is worth. Can I search that? Universe Beyond Final Fantasy. How does this work? Can I just search? I want that one. Oh, that's worth less. Oh, that's much better. Worth $42. Obviously, I'm not going to pay that. But, oh, the foil is worth 136. Okay, well, I'm kind of glad to know that. That's not worth 800. So I know at least one of the cards that I really want to get is still achievable. Like, of course, they're always going to be achievable because you could just buy packs and get lucky. But you know what I mean? Like, if anyone's looking for a golden Charizard or whatever it is, the Omega expensive Charizard card, I want to add that to my collection. You're just not going to find it in a pack, are you? Because they're discontinued and, you know, it's rare. The most rare card in the world, expensive, blah, blah, blah. It's a bit different. A bit different. I can still get that Kefka Court Mage card. You guys probably would want to know what I'm talking about. Let me get a picture of it on the screen as well, just so you guys can see what I'm on about. Because it feels a bit rude that I'm talking about a card and you guys can't see it. Let me save a picture and get up on my stream real quick. Oh, yep. Anyways, pause this screen. Okay. Save this picture. Yup. Absolutely gorgeous art, man. Yeah, Yoshitaka Amano. I just really appreciate like the original Yoshitaka Amano art pieces as well, and they've included a lot of that in these sets as well, so you can get some rarer cards that are just straight up Yoshitaka Amano arts. So here's the card. Absolutely gorgeous. I believe this is the foil version because you can kind of see it's rainbow colored. I don't really care for the foil version. I'm not gonna sort after the foil version. But man, is this card not just gorgeous? I want this in my collection. As you can see, Yoshitaka Amano. Amazing, beautiful, gorgeous. And that is the problem with collecting cards, right? Is that if you just want the cards just to appreciate the gorgeous artwork on them, and there's just one card you want from the set list, and it's worth a whole lot of money. I'm just gonna kill this guy. Fuck this guy. I'm just like, man, I'm never gonna get it. Seems like I was just checking my audio as well. Okay, maybe turn the gain up on myself a little bit more then. Boost myself to like 3 dB. Is that reasonable? Depends, because if I'm talking with a little bit more energy in my voice, that's when I gotta be a little bit more like, okay, I'm a little bit too loud. That should do it. Another card I want to get is actually some of the Final Fantasy 9 cards, which seem like they're worth a lot. There's a VV card I want to get, and that card is worth a pretty penny, let me tell you. I guess they made the VV cards rare and expensive. Harder to come by. Lovely. So if I search up VV, one of the VV cards. VV. There's only 3 VV cards, and straight away, an average card for VV, borderless one, that's got the most gorgeous art on it. This is actually one of the ones I wanted as well. I can't see the name of the artist here. Just for number one, $113. Foil, 280. Foil market, 252. And it's such a shame. I guess I'll show you guys this card as well. Absolutely gorgeous art. So cute. Want this in my collection. Who's the artist for this? Toshiyuki Itahana. I kind of recognize this art as well. Art style. I'd have to Google it. I think he's the guy who does the Final Fantasy Tactics artwork, if I'm not mistaken. Let me show you guys. Because it has that same sort of Final Fantasy Tactics art style to it. Here you go. Bam. Like, this is worth a lot of money. This one right here got a little oglop on it as well. Worth a pretty penny, unfortunately. Am I ever going to get this in my collection? Probably not, which is a big shame, because look at this artwork. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. I love this. Look at him. He's a good little lad. Toshiyuki Itahana. I'm 90% sure that's the Final Fantasy Tactics guy. Toshiyuki Itahana. He's done a lot of Final Fantasy 9 artwork. Oh yeah, he mostly done Final Fantasy 9. Did he do Tactics? He didn't. Oh. Well. I was wrong. His art style looks very similar. Maybe that was the point. I don't know. But yeah. Amazing art. Can't probably get it because it's worth a lot of money. And that's the problem with collecting cards also. I'm never probably going to come across these cards, unfortunately. The cards I want, I'm not going to come across. Realistically, unless I dish out an unreasonable amount of money. Which, obviously, I'm not going to do because that's a bad financial decision to spend all my money on one expensive card. That's where you gotta be careful. It's one thing to collect the cards and have a little bit of fun with it. And it's another where you're just dishing out loads and loads of money on cards. On one particular card that you want, you know? I'm trying to think of another card that I want. I think there was like a really nice Final Fantasy 8 card I saw that I wanted as well. It was a cloud. It was a scroll one. I think it was called Memories, Project Memories, or something like that. Really cool card. I think it's a full art card, so that was probably worth a pretty penny as well. So yeah, fun stuff. I remember it's really close to being mastered. I was just gonna say I've not seen one of these guys in a little bit. So busy just killing literally everything else, I didn't even realize that the thing that's worth the most I've not been getting. There you go. Suck an egg. But I will say, it is weird that I haven't collected literally anything else when it comes to cards, because there's like Magic Gathering Star Wars cards, there's One Piece cards. There are definitely cards and things I'm interested in. But I just haven't been as interested in collecting them as I have for Final Fantasy for some reason. If you already say why. I was looking at some, because I think the series is called Star Wars Unlimited, but I think the Magic Gathering has had a collab with Star Wars. I think. I'll have to Google it, but yeah, I don't know why. Final Fantasy is like the only thing that's piqued my interest in collecting cards again. I know loads of people still collect Pokemon. The thing is, like, beyond Gen 4 or 3, or maybe Gen 5, reasonably, I just don't know anything. Like, even then, like, if I collected 90% of Pokemon cards, I probably wouldn't know any of them. You know, I'd know the stuff from Gen 1, obviously. I know the stuff from Gen 2. I probably know all the ones from Gen 3, reasonably, but even when, like, Gen 4, with Pokemon Black and White, I don't know if I'd know them. In fact, no, I think Pokemon Black and White is Gen 5, isn't it? That's when it starts getting a bit shaky for me. So for me, I just have no reason to collect them, because I'd look at them and go, ah, it's a Pokemon I don't know. Yay. Oh, this Trubbish, my favorite literal garbage. Yay. Like, I wouldn't have much emotional attachment to them. So I'd feel like a waste of money. I mean, it is a waste of money to begin with, but at least I'm getting something out of it, you know? With the Final Fantasy cards. I would say it's kind of funny because usually when I buy things, I have to like kind of convince myself it's alright. It's like a weird mindset thing where if I buy something, I kind of just feel guilty. I mean, I'd say I'm reasonable with how I spend. I don't spend excessively. I'm not constantly struggling for money, and I save well, and I pay my way and whatnot. You know, blah blah blah. So I'm pretty good in that sense. So it's just I literally buy anything for myself. Like I'll buy a T-shirt, or I'll buy some cards, or I'll buy a game, and I go. Well, actually, I don't feel less guilt for games, because usually with games, I can get them for pennies, so I'm not too guilty about that. Like, I can find a way to get games for pretty cheap, so usually with that sense, I don't feel bad. But if I'm spending like 25 quid on a T-shirt, then I'd start feeling like immaculate amount of guilt. Like, oh my god, I've just spent this amount of money on a T-shirt. I gotta convince myself that, oh, I don't have any T-shirts that fit anymore, you know, T-shirts are shrinking in the wash or the dryer, blah blah blah. Obviously I need new clothes, and that's just when the guilt starts setting in. I have to try and like play these mental mind games with myself, saying that, you know, it's okay to spend a little bit of money. And the same with the cards. You know, the cards, I'm buying them. I'm like, you know what? I don't buy anything for myself too often. I don't really have anything like collect. I don't really buy anything else to begin with. You know, I'll have a drink every once in a while, but I don't smoke. You know. I go out with my mates every once in a blue moon because everyone's busy, so it's not like I'm spending all my money on anything else. So why not treat myself to some cards? But I still have that mental mindset in the back of my brain where I'm like, I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't be, but I guess that's just the human brain where you kind of just feel guilty for, you know, spending money. Now, I'd never like spend to the point where I don't have any money left. I'm not that way inclined. But even still, like, I just feel bad. Every time I buy something, I'm like, oh man, I bought this thing for myself and I'm going to enjoy it, but I feel bad because now I got less money in my account. I wouldn't even say I'm stingy. It's not even like a stinginess thing, because some people might say, well, maybe you're stingy, maybe you just don't like giving money. And it's like, no. I'd happily spend money on someone else, which is weird. Like, if I'm spending money on someone else, I'd just be like, yep, that's fine. No worries. As soon as I spend money myself, that guilt starts setting in immediately. Like I just happily bought Corel Night Rain. I think I spent, what? Nearly 50 quids on me and Corel both having Night Rain. And I just didn't even batter an eye at it. How much did I get Night Rain for, actually? Yeah, 25 quids, so yeah. About 50 quid spent between me and Corel. Well, for me and Corel to both have Night Rain. Didn't even feel like an ounce of guilt. Like, no, get a game for me and my friend. We're gonna have a good time. But when it comes to like, oh, I need a new t-shirt, and I buy it, I go, oh, I just spent money on a t-shirt for myself. Wow, what a waste of money, and this, that, and the third. It's a weird, like, brain mechanic, isn't it? It's weird how our brain just feels guilty in that sense. I don't even know the science behind it. There probably is a science behind why our brain feels that level of guilt for, like, stupid things that we shouldn't be. How many mastered have I got so far? I should check this. We got, these will be mastered soon. These will be mastered soon. And then we have a couple down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we'll have 15 mastered. 1.4 gil mil each. Let's do the maths on that real quick. 5 million times 15. 22.5 mil. Okay. Could be better. We'll continue grinding then. That'll be 22.5 mil. We're at 51 mil. Okay. Let's calculate this. 5, 1, 4, 3, 1, 5, 7, 3. And then we'll just divide it by... Oh no, we'll minus it by 99 million. I need like 41 more million. Reasonably. Is that even right? I think I missed an extra 9 there, so let me redo that. Okay, yeah, so 48 million is what I need. Roughly 48 million. So I got 22 mil currently. Close to. If I master another 15, that should be it. So I need 30 more mastered all materia. And that should be it. That should be the 99 guild done. The 99 million guild done. That didn't take too long. I mean, it took I'd say 3-hour streams or 2-hour streams. It's like maybe 4 hours tops. 6 hours, sorry. That's with me yapping on top and doing other things. So I mean, all things considered, not bad going at all, really. Definitely would have said it would have taken longer. Having this technique for sure has sped up the process. Absolutely, unequivocally has sped up the process. I was thinking about it the other day on how much worse the experience would be if you had to do some of these achievements without the W item glitch. I was watching like a video on someone speedrunning Dark Souls glitchless. And I was thinking, like, if you're trying to do this game glitchless, you could probably still do it, like mastering the all material and stuff like that, and selling it. But without the W item technique, would there be that many elixirs in the game for you to constantly get? Like, is there someone out there that you can buy them from? I don't think so. You can't buy elixirs, can you? So, there's always something you have to find. So, unless you just found someone to steal them off infinitely, and I'm sure there is someone that you can steal them off, the process would be like 20 times longer. At least. So who can you steal a turbo elixir from? FF7 elixir. I bet there's at least one enemy you can steal them from. Yeah, Master Tombury, a Gigi, and Iron Man. You can find them in a bunch of different places, but to get them consistently, you'd have to kill Dark Dragons, Turks, Reno, Inigo Nika, and Staniv, or you have to morph Valkados and a Harpy on Choco races. And you know what? If you're doing all them things, you're guaranteeing like still rates and stuff like that, and it goes all these different areas. Like, I mean, I feel like if you had the Conformer with the morph, then the Valkados will probably be the speediest process, right? Because you're just using the morph technique with the Conformer. So I guess in that sense, it wouldn't take as long. If you're going in between outside the northern cave and then going back in to grind it out, yeah, long day. Long day. You're spending a lot of time going in and out of cutscenes and stuff. Lovely. It wouldn't be nearly as quick as this. Doable for sure. I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm not saying like the W item glitch changes the entire game where you can do things that are impossible. No, don't get my words misconstrued. You can definitely still do it. I'm saying it would take 10 times longer. I get to iterate these things because there are some people who, like, no matter what you say, they'll twist it to mean something else. So you have to make sure you're very firm with what you're saying. Which, you know, is what it is. I worked in retail, and you deal with like unreasonable people. But yeah, for sure you have to just make sure you're saying exactly what you mean in an exact, precise way, so that someone doesn't take what you say and twist it into meaning something else. Because like, no, that's not at all what I meant. I'm not saying it's impossible to do anything without WISM glitch, and I am 100% aware you can do it in other ways. I'm saying it will take 10 times longer. Poor Cloud there, he's nearly on his way out. And he's dead, poor bugger. How was... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, how was Sid used MP, but I was looking at his health. My buddy JJ sent me a video earlier. Well, not me necessarily, put it on group chat. Anyway, doesn't matter. And it was a tray rank video about, you know, the retail experience and how just unreasonable people can be. And that reminded me of when I used to work in a pizza place and I was on phones. And you really would just deal with the most unreasonable people in the world. And you just have to take it. Now, you can't argue back. You deal with people phoning up and they make a request saying that, oh, I didn't get this item, blah, 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 whatever. But some people are just so angry and fuming because something hasn't gone their way or they haven't got something. And it's like, for me, if I'm customer service and I'm on the phone, I obviously have no say in what goes out and what people are packing and what's been delivered. Obviously, like, I put in the order, people make it and box it, and that goes on behind me, you know? So for my position, I'm just on the phone dealing with people and taking orders. So when I get someone phone in, and they're like, oh, you got this thing in my order, I'm like, okay, well, how can I help? What's happened? What are you missing? And then they're just shouting obscenities at you, like it's your fault. You're getting called every single name under the sun, you're being called slurs, you're being called horrible names, and like, in that position, you're not allowed to do anything. You can't say anything back to them, because as a customer service, you have to do your job to please them. Right? And some of these people, man, they're not even getting to the root of what their problem is. They're just so angry that they're missing something that they just want to shout at someone. And unfortunately, oftentimes, me being on the other side of that phone, it was always me. And this is just the frustrating thing about this, right? Is that, for example, my manager would walk past and hear that I'm getting all these horrible things shouted at me. And you know who'd get blamed? Me, obviously, because it was obviously my fault and I'd obviously done something wrong. It was never the customer, because the customer's always right. Because obviously, when you're working in retail, especially in food, you want to please the customer. You want to get the customer on your side. So if this person's being unreasonable, they basically just have full reign over the entire conversation and you can't really say anything against it. And your manager is almost certainly going to side with the customer and they're going to sit and shout at you instead. So I'd have one person on the phone calling me names, shouting all these obscenities at me, not even getting to the root of the problem. So I don't even know how to help as customer service. And I got my manager in my other ear telling me that I'm not doing this right and I'm fucking everything up and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, bro, do you want to listen to what they're saying? Because they've not even told me what the problem is. I don't even know what they're after. They phoned in and they're shouting things at me and I don't even know what they want. I don't even know what the problem is. They're just shouting obscenities, shouting slurs, names, just fuming. And I'm just like, bro, I'm getting shouted at saying that I'm not doing my job right. I don't even know what the problem is. And that was just the retail experience when you're in customer service. And you just dealt with people on the phone who just quite frankly wanted to shout at someone. And they're wasting your hours on the clock. And then your manager is having a go because they think you're wasting your time. And you're not dealing with the problem properly and blah blah blah. It's just so long. And that's what I mean when like you sometimes just deal with people who are just so unreasonable, and you can't make them see sense because they're already just fuming about something, right? I don't miss working there. I'll tell you that for free. I don't miss that experience. And I feel very bad for anyone else who's working in retail who still have to deal with that. I'm very sorry for you. Very, very sorry for you. I know what it feels like, and I'm very sorry for you. I respect my customer service kings and queens out there who be putting in the hours and the hard work to deal with people like that. I would never disrespect any person like that ever. And if you do disrespect people like that, just know they're just a minimum wage worker who is just doing their job, and they probably have nothing to do with what you're shouting them about. Yeah, that rant just kind of came out of nowhere, but I just had to talk about it because it is just one of the most frustrating things in the world they have to deal with. Because like I said, you are the customer service. It's your job to listen to these people and their problems, and you have to try and do problem solving with these people and get to the root of their problem, and fix it for them and the solution so that they're happy and then we're happy, move on. But some people just don't want to do that. They just want to shower you. Imagine doing that every single day when you clock in. Not a fun time, guys. I'll tell you that for free. Not a fun time at all. And I think if I, a very small streamer, could put in my 2 cents about that streaming is a harder job than a 9 to 5 argument. No. No. A 9 to 5 is almost definitely harder than doing a streamer job, you know? I feel like there's almost no discussion about it at all. Especially when you're dealing with people like that. That I was just talking about. If you're in a position that I was in customer service, you're dealing with people shouting at you for 9 hours a day, and then you go home, and then you watch your streamer, and they're like, "Oh, it's so hard being a streamer. Oh, I have to sit and react to videos all day," or "Oh, I have to sit and play video games all day," and it's like, bro, he's so for real. Like, obviously, I can understand as well. Because I've been in this position, bro. I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years, and I've been doing Twitch for about 3 years. So I can understand the other perspective where people say nasty things to you. Absolutely nasty things. You can't really do anything about that. You just kind of have to move on with it. Yeah, that's horrible, and I've had my fair share of people just saying nasty things to me on the internet as well, but that's much easier to deal with than someone talking to you directly, calling you names and slurs, and you're not allowed to say anything against it. You just have to deal with it, and clocking into that almost daily, and dealing with people like that almost daily. Now I know there's like streamers that deal with like stalking problems and stuff like that, and that's an entirely different conversation. That's a different subset of people that, you know, they need to be in prison because they're doing something very, very illegal and are putting fear into streamers and stuff, and that's an entirely different conversation. I'm not talking about that at all. Again, don't misconstrue my words. Obviously, that sort of stuff is horrible, and no person should have to deal with that. But in terms of like the job comparison and what you're doing for work specifically, it's much easier to be a streamer than it is to do a 9 to 5. Absolutely. I've experienced doing both, and I can tell you for a fact it is 10 times easier to be a streamer and just do streaming. Obviously, I do this part-time, I don't do this daily, but it is 10 times easier, unequivocally, no doubt, easier to be a streamer than it is to clock into a 9 to 5 and get spoken to like shit for 12 hours a day. Or 9 hours a day, depending if you're working like a 9 to 5 or whatever. It depends on your hours, but you know what I'm saying. Either way. Either way. I worked in when I was 17, I worked in a corner shop. I was in 6th form and I was just looking for work. And I went to this local corner shop, and one of my friends worked there. And he was like, yeah, they're looking for management. If they're looking for people to work for them if you want to work. I'm like, yeah, okay. And I go to the front counter, and I'm like, hey, boss, do you need any, like, person to work with you or something? Like, yeah, we do actually, yeah. When I was like, oh, do you need a CV or something? I was like, no, no. You can just come in, and we'll give you work to do, and we'll pay you. I was like, okay. Sounds like an ideal situation for me. I was like, I can only do specific hours because I'm at sixth form. I'm like, yeah, that's okay. Your friend over there is the same thing. We can sort something out. I'm like, okay, ideal situation. I'm working like a job that's, you know, accommodating the fact that I'm in education and that I need work and I need money. So I'd go in and we'd have to shift through, like, going upstairs and downstairs, shifting through stock and taking barrels up and downstairs, and it was like relatively easy work. Some things that are heavy you have to carry and stuff upstairs, and sometimes you have to do it on your own if there's no one else that help you, and that's a little bit dangerous, but most part, really easy work. And then it came to getting paid, and I go to the boss, hey, like, am I meant to be getting paid today? Because it was payday, and he said, yep, you're going to be paid on this date. So I checked the calendar, that date came, and I was like, alright, am I getting paid today? And he was like, paid? Oh, yeah, I'll get the cash in hand for you soon. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. Continue doing work for him. Time goes by. Unsurprisingly, no money in my account. No money cash in hand. Dude had no intention of paying me at all. So, that was fun. That was good. And never did get paid by him. Never went there again. I just quit, because obviously I was doing relatively, like, not hard work, but relatively, you know, physical work in between sixth form and studying. And I didn't get paid for it. And the thing is, this is where it's like, obviously my own fault, because I didn't sign any form or something to confirm that I was working here or anything like that. I was just coming in, doing hours and getting promised pay. The bloke recognized me as a worker, and all the employees there recognized me as a worker. So for me, as a 17-year-old, I didn't really understand too much about the process of that. And I just took it, and I didn't get paid, and I did relatively hard work, shifting like heavy cargo up and down stairs, and never got paid for it. Never went back there again, and I don't think I've been back there again, because to be honest, I mean, it's been long enough now where I don't think the guy would recognize me. But you know, if you just like kind of leave on a bad note with a manager or a boss, you kind of just don't really want to show your face around there again, because that's gonna be awkward, you know. Especially because the guy was always working behind a counter. The manager was always behind a counter. Yeah, bad times. Make sure you get all the correct paperwork done when applying for a job. Obviously now I'm a lot older, so I'd be a little bit more precarious about that stuff when applying. But back when I was 17, no, I was stupid. I just wanted a job. And I was told, hey, yeah, you got the job, no worries, start this day. And I was like, sweet. No paperwork, let's go. Stupid boy. Don't make the same mistake I did. So I said I needed, what, 30? All material mastered? Yeah, okay. Bonk, 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 bonk. Wow, she that all on one veteran? You wanna distribute her beatings evenly? Craziness. Do a little bit of duplicating real quick. You get your elixir. Wait a sec, mate. Christ. So needy. There we go. We got Tifa maxed out as well. I do wonder how the other party members are doing. They're probably at least level 85 because the XP is split like 25%, I think, to the party members that are in the PHS. That's not mastered. Do I need enemy lore anymore? Nah. I think I've mastered literally every single one. Except for Kujata. We'll do Kujata. Yeah, we're getting there, boys. We are getting there. We are getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I was talking earlier about doing 100% on Judgment. And the reason why I only got like 69% is even though I did like pretty much everything in the game that I could reasonably in the first playthrough, obviously there's missable things I didn't do, we already established that. With Judgment, there was the Kamuro Go stuff and the Kamuro City stuff that was doing every single minigame and every single specific task in a minigame. And that is the stuff that I kind of gave up on. Because there was stuff like Mahjong. Now, I'm not very good at Mahjong, and you had to get like specific win circumstances and stuff like that. And I was no good at... it took me a while to even get a Mahjong win. A Wemi win in the Wemi mode of Mahjong. That took me so long. And apparently, I don't know too much about Mahjong, but apparently Yakuza and Judgment Mahjong is a little bit funky anyway. Their rule set is a bit odd, and sometimes the AI feels like it's purposely rigged to win and stuff like that. I don't know. At least that's, a lot of people have said that the AI is kind of confirmed to do that. I'm not too sure. I'm not going to say that concrete because I don't know. Citation needed. So already, odds are against me in that sense. And there's other mini games that, like, I don't know, there's like Fighter Z, Fighting Vipers or something like that. And those sort of fighter games, I'm not any good at them ones. And you have to get like specific win circumstances with them, like performing a certain combo with a character or something. I was no good at that. You know, I did like 90% of the mini games. Well, actually, I played all the mini games at least once, and I got pretty far in all of them. So I gave them like a fair shot. But there's certain things, like if you're playing a game and you're trying to get a win circumstance, and you're just playing it over and over and over, and you just don't feel like you're getting any closer, and it's just frustrating. It's just one of them things where you're just like, I can't be arsed, to be honest with you. And that's when I was just like, yeah, I won't be able to 100% this reasonably. So if I look at my achievements in Judgment, the stuff missing is just like the Kamuro Go stuff and stuff like that I've just not been able to do because it's a ball ache to do, to be quite frank with you. And I think when it comes to like completing a game, there's the argument of like whether or not you're still having fun doing it, if it's worth it to you. Because there's a point where you're like playing a game to completion and because you're enjoying it. And there's a playing a game 100% completion and you're not enjoying it. And then the game becomes a slog. And then the game becomes like work. It becomes a chore. You're no longer enjoying it. And I think that's where it kind of got to a point like that in Judgment. I was putting all the story stuff on hold so I can play all the mini games and stuff like that and get specific win rate conditions in Mahjong and whatever else, and you know, completing all the food stuff. For example, you have to go to every single restaurant, do all the sub stories, do all the side cases. That stuff I didn't mind. But when you're doing like mini games that just you're not really too good at, you don't really feel like you're progressing with it, and you're wasting all your time on it, and it doesn't feel like it's any fun anymore. That's when you have to start thinking about whether or not the 100% is even worth it in a game. You know, do you enjoy it anymore? Or is this just sucking the life out of you? And you feel like a ghoul. You're going gaunt in the face and you can't do it anymore. That's when you just kind of feel like maybe it's best to do something else. And then I got to that point with Mahjong Judgment. So if I were to look at my achievements, I got 31 out of 47. And obviously some of them are missable, so I'll ignore some of them. Some of them like shopped 100 times. Obtained all the drone parts. That's another one of the minigame things where I have to do every single drone race and every single Grand Prix and at least get like first place or in most of them so that you win it points wise, and you know, stuff like that. It just doesn't become as enjoyable anymore. Like, I didn't mind the drone racing. The drone racing was fun. But do you want to do all the Grand Prix to get all 142 drone parts? No. Because then you have to find all the pieces associated with the parts to craft them. And you have to go around the map and find them, or you have to do certain things to win them. And it's just like, nah, I'm not enjoying that anymore. And that's when that discussion comes into place on whether or not you're still enjoying the gameplay, or whether or not it is just a slog to do. So, with Final Fantasy VII, I know I can reasonably 100% this because all I gotta do is grind a little bit and get 99 million gil. Yeah, okay, the optional super bosses were hard, but we found a way to work around that, and it was fun. Because, you know, we worked hard and we did it. That didn't feel like a slog. The Final Fantasy VII will be a game that we comfortably 100%, because we can get all the achievements, and it'll be satisfying when we complete it, because I can look at it and go, yeah, I did all of that in one playthrough, and that's fun, and that's nice. You know, all the Final Fantasy games on PC, on Steam at least, have like a really nice little 100% to do on it. Like, it's nothing too tricky, you don't have to do no bullshit. You know, there's no collect 99 Koroxes or anything like that, you know? Obviously, there might be stuff like, I don't know, learn all blue magic, and that might, you know, annoy me a little bit, but that sort of stuff isn't too bad, really. And it's still fun. I'd say, like, these Steam ports have, like, a fun little 100% to do. Still makes it enjoyable. But we already had a discussion before, but Final Fantasy 9's 100%. Some of the stuff there, you might be able to do in one playthrough for sure. Unless you had a guide. And you already had it prepared in your head. But if you're doing like one full playthrough, it's not like you're going to do it first try unless you have like a guide or something. For example, one of the things I missed on there is like, was it 63 out of 65 of the action cutscene sequences? There's something more than that. I might be wrong. Let me double check. Yeah, 65 out of 79. And that doesn't seem that bad until you realize there's like some action event scenes that you can miss if you're not in the right place, at the right character, at the right time. And you have to go back and replay the entire time to do it again. And you might not even know where the one that is you missed. I wouldn't even know which one I missed, to be honest. If I'm at 65 out of 79, I wouldn't even know which ones I missed, unless I just played the entire game again and just made sure I got every single action sequence I can. That requires you to be at certain places on the map at a certain time, and stuff like that makes the completion process just a little bit harder. For example, when I play Final Fantasy X, there'll probably be an achievement to do some specific thing in Blitzball. And depending on how much I enjoy Blitzball, and from the looks of things, I probably won't, considering it seems like quite a annoying game mode or mini game. There's mixed opinions on that. I'm just going by what I've seen. I'm not playing Final Fantasy X yet, so I don't know. I won't be doing the 100% on Blitzball. And that'll be one of them things where I probably won't end up 100%ing Final Fantasy X on my playthrough. And I probably won't be 100% in 10-2 either, because that basically mini-games the game. And I won't be asked to do that. So I probably won't 100% Final Fantasy X and 10-2 remaster, because I'd have to make me play 10-2 as well, and I just won't do that. Because that game's got mixed opinions on it as well, on it being a questionable game with questionable story elements, and the fact that the entire game's gameplay is just mini-games. So it's just kind of generally seen as bad. And even like a stream I watched recently who just finished playing it with their friends, they also just said, yeah, it's alright, just doesn't really need to exist. I mean, it's alright. There was like one scene in it that was really nice, but you have to get really specific win conditions to even get that cutscene. And it's just like, it's the only cutscene in the entire game that really kind of matters. And obviously there's like some characters that are pretty cool and some follow-up things that's pretty nice, maybe. But from my understanding, 10-2 is just kind of pointless. Maybe some people like the return of the job system, and I can see that. Considering we've not seen any return to the job system in any Final Fantasy game since, I don't think. It's kind of nice to have that. But like, in that sense, when I play Final Fantasy X on this channel, I probably won't be 100% in it, because I just don't want to play Final Fantasy X too. So I guess that's where there's like a blurry line between what it means 100% a game. You know, if I want to get all the achievements in the game, that means I'm going to have to do something that I'm probably not really too interested in doing. Thankfully, Final Fantasy VIII's completion condition is pretty similar to Final Fantasy VII in the sense that all you have to do is get every single summon, maybe beat the group of triple triad champions, and other than that, like, just complete the game, and that's it. And I prefer completion stuff like that because it's simple, you know, it's a nice simple completion process. Obviously, the games are meant to challenge you and push you over to make sure you're absolutely 100% in it and get everything out of it, and I do like getting stupid achievements, you know. Sometimes there's something stupid you do in a game and you go, wow, I wish I kind of got an achievement for that because I can't believe I just did that. It'd be nice if the game recognizes it, and I can appreciate that as well. I definitely can, because I've definitely done some stupid shit in the game. I'm like, wow, I actually got an achievement for that from how stupid that was that I just did that. I can't believe I just did that. Where's my achievement? I deserve an achievement from that. So I'm like on both sides of the coin in terms of completion, where I like having loads of achievements because it just gives you loads of stupid things to work towards and you get more playability out of a game. But also just like a simple 100%, you know? A clean little 100% where you do something incredibly simple, get all summons, complete super bosses, get the max amount of money you can in the game. Bam, 100%, happy days. And then you can just play the game casual any other time you want, because you don't have to worry about it ever again. It's like Halo, for example. Halo Master Chief Collection has like 700 achievements or something stupid like that. because they have like a lot of multiplayer achievements and a lot of like specific win condition and stuff like that for achievements, and you'll just never be able to do it. You'd never be able to get all the achievements in that. Maybe there is someone out there who's completed all the achievements, and I wouldn't be surprised. This is why I gotta be careful with my words again, because there might be someone out there who misconstrues my words and go, actually, there is someone who's done it, and it's actually the easiest thing in the world, 100%. Alright, yeah, sure. I'm glad you're having a good time 100% of the game. Good for you. But I'm just saying, 700 achievements. Yeah, exactly 700 achievements. Spread across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. With their story stuff and their multiplayer stuff. You're just not going to do it. In fact, if I go to Halo Master Chief Collection right now and I look at the achievements, I wonder what percentage have the very last achievement, because that kind of gives you an idea of how bad the completion process is. Yeah, 0.4% have the very last achievement, which is Roadkill Rampage. And that just kind of shows you, like, a lot of these achievements have like a 0.9% achievement rate, meaning most people aren't going to get these achievements. Most people aren't going to 100% these games. And that's when the achievements start getting a little bit ridiculous, because it's like, yeah, there's loads of stuff you can do to get achievements for, but if you're on a road to 100% the achievements, you're just not going to get it. Going back to a streamer I watch, a channel I watch on Twitch, they briefly did a stream where it was 2 of them, and they was going to get 100% the achievements in Halo on the Master Chief Collection. And they was making a good start on it. They was making their way through all the games. They started off with Combat Evolved, and they were getting all the achievements in that, and they were doing all these challenges and doing it on like the hardest difficulty and stuff like that, so they could get maximize the amount of achievements they're getting. And they got to Halo 2, and I think it kind of set in how many achievements they're gonna have to get. And they were playing some multiplayer on stream, and I think it just kind of set in how hard 700 achievements would be to achieve. And they just gave up. And it was like, yeah, we decided to stop doing this because we'll do it in our free time. Probably not possible on stream. And that's completely reasonable. And I think that just kind of blurs the line between fun little thing to 100%, completely ridiculous win conditions to get an achievement. So I'm just kind of thankful that Final Fantasy VII has a nice little win condition for 100% of the game. Same with the other Final Fantasy Pix remasters. They have a nice little completion task. You don't have to do much. Reach level 50, reach level 99, learn all the magics, loot all the chests, find all the secret items, maybe unlock every single item in the game, or something like that. Complete the game, and that's it. And I like that. I just like that. It's a nice little change of pace, rather than achievement hunting for like 700 billion achievements that are probably not likely to be gotten, with like a 0.9% achievement rate. So there's my rant about a little completion rate in games. There's probably someone out there who just completely disagree with every single thing I said and just think I'm stupid. And that's okay. I'm sure they've gotten completion rates in games all the time. But I don't even mean that sarcastically. I'm fully aware that there are people out there who've just gotten hundreds of completions in games, and that's fine. I actually very much commend that, because that's very cool. That people have the patience to stick it out. But I think there is that line between fun to complete and just a drag to complete. And I think that's a very hard line to stay on for devs. Ugh. It's getting to that level of hot today where I'm just starting to get headaches. It's still 30 degrees. It's relatively warm in my room. So I'm just starting to get headaches, man. I'm starting to get headaches. Thankfully, those really bad headaches I was having before are gone now. I was really concerned about that. I was saying before that if it continued, I'd probably have to go to the doctors. And thankfully, it didn't continue. It did die down. And I think it was just where it's been so hot. I was just getting constant bad headaches. But, yeah, it's starting to heat up again. And the headaches are coming back. I think that's it. I think I've mostly mastered every single one. I mean, obviously there's some more of these summons I got to master, but other than that, like, I think everything for now has been mastered. All I gotta do is find the last 12 that I'm missing, and then we'll be done. We'll just have to master them, and everything I could do in this game is done. Obviously, I know there's weapons I've missed. You know, there's the weapon for Yuffie that I missed that you can't get anymore, but we already had a discussion about that. I probably wouldn't end up using it anyway, and there's not any specific condition for me to have that. So I don't really care too much about that. I'm not going to lose sleep about it. I guess in some eyes I won't be true 100%, but I mean, if I've got every single material in the game, I've got 99 billion gil, I beat all the super bosses. Okay, I missed like maybe a couple weapons, but I mean, does that really matter? In the grand scheme of things, does that really matter? I think it's coming up to 3 soon, so we'll start leaving the cave soon and start selling the stuff that we've got. And then we'll see where we're at in terms of the cash. I think we established we needed, what, 41 or 48 million gil? We needed 30 all material. I've not counted how many we mastered since then. But it's gotta be at least a quarter of the way there. Not to mention we got Gil Plus on, so I should be getting more Gil from these enemies. Let's have a little count. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay. It would literally be like 2 gil off, 2 all material off. But I think because we've earned a little extra money from since then as well, that should be it. We've still got Gil Plus as well, so that's going to increase my luck. When we master that, we'll get like a little bit more. Yeah, we'll be grand. We'll be grand. I think we'll get it today. They're 52 mil. The all materials sell for 1.5 mil each. I think some of them vary, but for the most part, it's like 1.5 mil. Sometimes upwards of like 2 mil. Yeah, we can for sure do it today. I think the guild saga will be over today. But you know what? I'll be glad that it ends off nicely in one stream. Rather than me having to split off to do a little tiny bit and then move on to the material stuff. I feel like the material stuff having its own stream will be a lot more satisfying in my opinion, because that way I'd have VODs for different things. Obviously there'll be like 3 VODs dedicated to the guild, but it'd be a little bit more satisfying if it was Gil, Materia, rather than Gil, Materia, endgame, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, Gil and Materia, endgame. Buzz, thank you for the follow. How's it going? I need to adjust the color of my notification, because that is the same sort of problem with what some people in chat were saying as well. That is iris, retina piercing green. Nice stream, buddy. I'll watch you again. Thanks. Is that close to being mastered? Oh, never mind. It was a bot. Lol. These bots are getting way too good, man. Good thing Seribot was on it. Christ, that was... took no time at all. Yeah, some of these bots are getting way too good these days. The bots know to follow you and then message something to look like a normal person. God, that is really scary, isn't it? They're programming the bots to just look like a normal chow. I'm guessing if I just see what that deleted message was, it would just be like, best views on blah 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 blah. That's what they always do. Unfortunately, there's not much of a way to stop that, other than you know, getting bots in place like Seribot, who's extremely good at weaseling them out. But yeah, these bots are getting way too good these days, man. Way too good. That is annoying as a small streamer, because if I didn't know about Seribot, you just have all these people following, because I went follow only for a bit, because there will be bots in my chat constantly. It was rampant. It was really, really bad. Like 90% of streams, there'll be bots in my chat. So I went follow only mode so that they couldn't chat. And then bots were programmed to follow before they chat. So I'm like, okay, so now I'm at this point where a bot can now follow and then put in their spam. I'm like, okay. So I went through a process of every time they had a spam link, I would put down my blacklist words so they literally could not say it. And then they started adding accents to the messages so that they could bypass it. So every time there was something new, I'd add that to my blacklist. They put this accent above the B or this accent above the A, so it makes it different. Or they'd slightly change up the wording of it. So I just constantly adding these new things to the blacklist, and they just constantly bypass it. Like, they're programming these bots to be way too smart. And even now, just then, that guy, that bot, followed me first, and then just put a completely normal message saying, hey, I love your stream. I'm like, oh, nice, that's very nice. And then, bam, banned, because they was about to send something that was spam. And that's just unbelievable how well they're programming these bots, just to seem like normal people. And obviously they're just going to promote their spam links. You ban them anyway, but God, it is rampant on stream at the minute with Twitch. And I just don't know if there's any way to even deal with them other than just blacklisting the words and having things like Seribot to auto-ban them. I think that's a much more annoying thing about being a smaller streamer as well, is that because there's not many people watching you, you're very easy pickings for bots. Bots will just come in more often in your stream, because I'm guessing they're programmed to look for channels with smaller sub counts and stuff like that, and smaller viewer counts, because then in their eyes they're more likely to have someone who's going to pay into their scam. Obviously I don't, and I always encourage, do not click any link you ever see. If you're a streamer and you're like, oh wow, oh more views, oh I'll click that, and then bam, they got your information, or bam, you've just had your account hacked. Like, don't ever do it. I'm telling you now, don't ever do it. Don't ever click them links. All I can do as a streamer is encourage you not to do it, but I can't prevent you from doing it. And that's why it's frustrating, because as a streamer, I can't prevent people from clicking links. I can only tell them not to do it. So when it comes to bots in a smaller channel like mine, where you're just more than likely to see these bots show up, all you can do is be on quick on a draw, ban them immediately before they even say anything. But it is rampant, man. It's so rampant on Twitch. Yeah, these are getting pretty close. Yeah, to be fair to Twitch, I don't even know where I would begin to start banning bots like that. So I believe when it comes to some of the bots, some of them are just straight up like, if any person clicks a link, that's their profile that is now just being used to be bots, right? I believe that's how it works. That's the same thing with YouTube as well. There's YouTube bots. They'll be like, oh, great stream, YouTuber. You always make my day. Blah, blah, blah. And then you click their profile, because you're like, huh, look at this stupid butt bot or whatever. Oh, they got funny arse pic, haha. And then you click it, and then bam. They've got all your information. They have control of your profile. And now your profile can be used to do those comments, even if you're not doing it. Even if you're not commenting them yourself, they already have the information in their system to do it. So, it's just like, it's one of them things where, how do you weed them out efficiently? I don't think there's even a way, without, you know, causing more problems in the long run. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. Oops. Okay. I think we recovered it. It's fine. Okay, yeah, we recovered it. I accidentally pressed A twice, or X twice. Sorry, I'm on a PS4 controller. X. That's the hardest thing when I'm playing on a PS4 controller and I'm talking to Josh and Krell, explaining controls to them on a controller. If I'm showing them how to do something with a controller, and I'm trying to explain it to them in Xbox terms, because they're on an Xbox controller and I'm on a PS4 controller. It's like, yeah, you press X to do this, and like, X, but nothing's up with X. I'm like, oh, I mean, A, and because they're pressing like X's and square. And it's like, yeah, this don't mean anything. It's not doing anything. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're on an Xbox controller. Whoops. I'm just in that percentage of people that kind of just prefer the way the PS4 controller sits. Like, I've always preferred how PlayStation controllers sit on your hands compared to an Xbox controller. No, I got a Power A controller here for Xbox. I was using that for a bit. It was working fine. It's compatible with 90% of games. It's always a go-to for a gamer if they're looking for like a good controller that works on PC, because these Power A Microsoft controllers will always work, because obviously a Microsoft computer, Windows, will always work with a Microsoft controller. But for me, like, comfortability wise, a PlayStation controller will always be my favorite. I like the way the analog sticks sit. I like the way I like the classic X, triangle, square, circle. When I was little, was what I grew up with. PlayStation controller. That's my control scheme. That's the one I like the most. Okay, so that should be 27. Should we start leaving now? Yeah, because it's 3 o'clock now. We start leaving now because it's gonna take a bit of time. Let's see where we're sat. Yeah, I've always really liked the PlayStation controller and how that sits in your hands. It always just feels a little bit more better. I am now realizing the moment I leave the northern crater, we're gonna have to do that whole cutscene again. I'm not looking forward to that, but you know, it is what it is. These things happen. Yeah, let's get out of here. Where's the jump button? That's gonna lead to a secret chest, isn't it? Oh no, it doesn't. Lovely. 52 million is where we got off naturally. We started with, what, 48 million? So we at least earned like 2 to 3 million gil naturally without selling anything, which is really good going. Unless I was on like 50 million. I might be on 50 million. Either way, it was at least 2 million gil. At least. Because I was definitely on like 40 million, I remember. I'm kind of hoping this is the end of the Gil saga. So it would just be nice to be doing something different. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy grinding this game. I enjoy grinding every Final Fantasy game that has this sort of combat system. However, being in that drab swamp that looks like hair, with the same enemies. I like the magical ones. I like them. Cute little enemies. But I just want to change a pace. I want to do something different now. I don't want to deal with you guys. You can absolutely get fucked. Although I think at level 99 you can't get bothered by them guys. Level 4 death won't welcome them. Level 99. Yeah, see how long it's taken to get up here already? It takes so much time to actually just leave. Also, I think when I was talking about the rarity of cards straight away, even right off rip, when the cards are just dropped, I think I answered my own question with that. Because of course, like Magic the Gathering and that, they're just going to drop a card that's worth more on purpose anyway. Like those art foil cards, they purposely made more expensive, right? So I just answered my own question that they set that precedent right off the rip, right? So that's not necessarily people making them rare, that's just how they do it. It's clever. And they're like, yep, these art foil surge cards worth a lot of money. I'm not going to put as many in decks, so in packs and stuff, so yeah. Smart. Let's see what everyone's levels at. What are we predicting? I'm going to say 85 to 86. Maybe even 90. Let's see. 99, 99, 99, 94, 89, 94. Okay. Yeah, I was close. I knew he would be the lowest. Everyone else is basically there. Alright. Poor Yuffie. Can't see Finn is sick here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Thanks for a job well done, thank you. Save. Lovely. Okay, and then we'll go over to... Should we go to my deal because it's closer? Or would, we'll go straight up and left. We'll be at my deal quicker, so yeah, we'll go to my deal. Or straight up and right, sorry. Can't tell my rights to the left, apparently. Kinda cringe. Alright. Pop ourselves right over here. Alrighty. Here we go. Should I put the third party overlay on my OBS just to see if I get the achievement? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, there we go. Oh! Has that fucked up? Are we good? That kind of messed up the game a little bit. Are we good? If I walk around in circles, are we good? Okay, we're good. Alright, cool. Here is the moment if we see we get the achievement. Have I got any other masters I can unequip? Nope. Okay. Alright, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Alright, 21. And that's worth about 52. Oh, 1.4 mil, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 82 million. So not quite there yet. Oh, no, we got one net. 83 million. Okay. So this is not quite the end of the Guild Saga, unfortunately. However, these are close to being mastered. Yeah, these ones are real close to being mastered. And then we should be done by next stream. We're at 82 million. We're getting real close now. Real close. Almost taste it. Yeah, let's have a little save here. Bam. The Guild Saga continues. Tomorrow should be the end, for sure. I can feel it. We are so close to getting 99 million gil, and then we'll be doing our materia checklist. But yeah, we'll be back in tomorrow, Final Fantasy 7. For now, I'll play his music, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.